What's up guys, Boss here, and in today's video we're going to be doing something different. So we're going to be playing some top ladder with mortar, but with a little bit of a twist. So basically, the first time my opponent uses an emote is when the video is going to end. So let's see how long the video goes on for. Let me know if you guys enjoy these kinds of like mini challenge videos, and maybe I'll do one again. If you guys want to support me, use my credit code BOSS in any Supercell game. But yeah, that being said, we're 831st right now. Not insanely high up, but still decent. Let's get in the first game. Alright guys, so we found our first game here against this Japanese player, and just to clarify, when I say emotes, I'm talking about the face emotes, not the text ones that say good luck, well played, or good game, for example. So let's just go ahead and cycle a log here and see if this guy's going to do anything. If not, I guess we can go minor. Should be fine. And you see a Dark Prince. So Dark Prince usually means some sort of heavier deck. It could be like Giant Graveyard, it could be Golem, could be Electro Giant. So with the cage, it's probably either going to be Golem or E-Giant, most likely one of those two things. And he's going to have the Electro Giant, so I'm definitely happy to see that, because if it was Golem would be a lot harder for sure, because the Mortar's a lot better against the Electro Giant than the Golem. So we'll just go for a defensive mortar here. I was just about to say he wouldn't be able to lightning the queen and the mortar, but that obviously made it less likely for him to do that, NATOing the queen forward. So I highly doubt he's going to lightning this, but if for some reason he does, it's going to be very easy to clean up, because we would just have to go for a Ice Spirit, and probably that would be it. I don't even think we would have needed anything else. So he actually has the queen, which is surprising, because typically inside of Electro Giant you see the Golden Knight, but I guess since he has the Dark Prince, we already saw that. We know that Golden Knight and Dark Prince in the same deck usually doesn't make much sense. So I guess it makes sense now that we see he does, in fact. Ooh, really bad ability by him. So we can actually go Queen at the bridge, because he has to deal with the Valk and the Queen. So he gets some nice pressure for us. He has to go for a defensive Electro Giant, which is a good thing for us, because it's a negative trade, and now he has pretty much no Elixir to support it. So we just go for a defensive Mortar here. Goblins just to ensure that doesn't get a connection. He does go for an aggressive lightning. It's not really going to get him much. It just gets him tower damage. And then because he went for that aggressive lightning, we'll probably go for a queen at the bridge here. And then we'll go minor in the back. If he wants to activate the king tower, I'm honestly fine with that, because we've at this point gotten far enough in the game where I'm okay with it. You don't want to the whole time play your minor in the safe spot, because it's very predictable and easy for them to catch, so you want to make sure you're switching it up. The placement. So he is going to go for a lightning on top of that mortar there. Very easy defense. He's going to go queen in the back, so I'm going to go queen at the bridge to apply some pressure. I'm going to go log here. I'm kind of curious if he decides to go for an E-Giant. Yes, he does. So we're going to Valk. Just get an Ice Spirit going there. Go for a High Queen. And it looks like he doesn't go for the NATO to pull it into the... I'm going to go Poison here aggressively. I might as well, because he was... And since he played the E-Giant, again, he's going in the left lane with his Electro Giant, so I'm going to go for an offensive mortar like this. And, ooh, nice. We do get a connection on the tower, because the bomber wasn't close enough. So we're just going to go for an Ice Spirit like this. And then we can take a little bit of damage in the left lane, because he's already gotten so much in the right. I'm completely fine with that damage we took. We'll go for a minor here in probably the least predictable spot. Yeah, as you can see, he doesn't catch it, despite him going for Dark Prince as well as the Skeletons, because usually when someone goes for a building and you play a minor right next to it, they're not going to anticipate you going in for a minor right next to it, because the building's there. Even if the building does nothing against it, they're still, for whatever reason, not going to predict that. So that's kind of a nice tip. We'll go minor here. And once again, he doesn't catch the minor, so additional damage for us. Of course, we get a big mortar lock on top of the tower. Let's go for an aggressive poison here. We'll go for a minor. We'll go for a mortar, and that is going to be GG, and we do not see any emote from the opponent unless he does one last second here. So yeah, that means we continue our quest here until someone does an emote. And by the way, it doesn't matter when it is. It doesn't matter if it's at the beginning of the game, middle of the game, or end of the game. We end right when it happens. Alright, so we found our next game here against Trainer Monzon. So I'm pretty sure this guy actually runs RG because I've played against him a few times, and that's typically what he plays. It should be a good matchup for us because we are using a mortar deck with Valkyrie, and we also have the Ice Spirit. And he's also using an RG deck that has Tombstone and Skelly King, I think. Oh, wow, he switched. I think he's running Graveyard, which is actually even better for us. So this is actually a very good thing. Let's go for a mortar here and see what he wants to do in response. He's going to go for an Ice Wizard. So yeah, this is a very, very easy matchup for me. There's pretty much no way we should lose this unless I don't know, play pretty horribly. Because especially with Valkyrie, this matchup is just so good for mortar. You have Valk for the Skelly King. You have the Archer Queen, which is very good against decks that don't have a lightning. And then you have Poison for the Graveyard. Goblins can be quite useful against the Graveyard as well if, you know, you don't have a Poison in rotation. And honestly, right there, I probably could have used the Goblins on top of the Graveyard. That Poison was actually bad on his end because it wasn't hitting the Queen for half the time. So now it's gonna... Oh, he just... That Ice Wiz was not very good. He might... Oh, he's gonna Phoenix. Okay. Alright, nice. Mortar shot on the tower. Queen got a shot on the tower. We're gonna go Miner here. He'll probably go for a Skelly King when he has the Elixir, but we already got some chip damage. We're up Elixir. We have Valk for the Skeleton King. Just a very, very good situation for us. So we're going to go Valkyrie here on top of that Skelly King. Go for an Ice Spirit in the back. Poison that Tombstone. And yeah, this is pretty much already GG, I would say, at this point. I mean, we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, obviously, but it's just a great situation. I don't even care about the King activation at this point. We just want to be unpredictable with where we're dropping our Miner, because if we played in the safe spot every time, he's just obviously going to catch it, and we don't want that, so I'm actually going to poison this. This is kind of one of those times where you want to poison something besides the Graveyard, and we're in a good rotation to where we can get away with it, because we have both our Goblins as well as our Log in Cycle, which are the two things that you want to have. So we're able to mitigate most of the damage, which is what we wanted there. So we're going to go Queen, activate the ability, go for a Valkyrie here, try to keep up the pressure. We're going to go for a Miner in the back, because, yeah, he's going to Skelly King up front. And then once again, we can actually use the Queen ability. Pressure with another Mortar. Queen is getting a ton of value. Poison the Tombstone to try to get a Mortar lock. Valkyrie on top of the Ice Wizard to protect. Valkyrie is also going to take out the Bard Barrel. And it would have been a Mortar connection if it weren't for that Skelly King. He does get that Skelly King down just in the nick of time. Go for an Ice Spirit here. Go for an Archer Queen high up. Mortar does get a shot on the tower, barely. That was kind of clutch. I played that Log late to ensure that it took out the Phoenix Egg, which of course was important. This guy's actually playing quite well. He's making this game pretty close despite us having quite a good matchup, but I think in the end we should be okay here, because I'm going to really ensure that I'm saving my poisons for the Graveyard at this point. Although right there was very tempting. You know what? I'm going to poison now because he just went for aggressive poison, so we're able to do that pretty safely because he was aggressive himself. And I'm actually going to poison... Yeah, that Ice Spear connected. That's going to be GG. Very easy matchup, as you can tell. I would even say he played that quite well, because I sometimes will win that game without even having to break a sweat. That matchup, that's that easy. So we got Ice Spirit, Valk, Giblins, Mota. So he's going to go Goblin Gang. We'll go for an Ice Spirits and Goblins to clean that up. He's going to go for Wall Breakers. So it could actually be a similar deck to what we just played against, which would be... Oh, he's using a Mighty Miner Skelly Barrel deck, so it's a bit different. I think this is the deck that has Recruits. I've played against it a couple times. It actually has Rocket, too, I'm pretty sure. It's a very, very strange deck, but I've played against it a couple times, so I'm somewhat familiar with it. If he doesn't have Recruits and Rocket, then it's something else that I probably have never seen. Yep, there's the Recruits, and he probably has a Rocket as well, like I expected. So we're just going to log this back here, go for an Ice Spirit, and clean all that up. And then we're going to have to go for a Mortar here. And I'm fine taking that little bit of chip damage, I guess. We're going to split Goblins here on his stuff. We're going to go Miner to apply a little bit of pressure. Just because we have that one Goblin behind. It's going to force, yeah, Mighty Miner out of him. And then Queen, I guess, is going to be the good defense on top of that. So, go for Queen here. Can actually ignore that Dark Goblin since he's already gotten so much damage in the other lane. We'll go Recruits probably. Yeah, there they are. Let's go Ice Spirit. Goblins. Mortar. I will say, these kinds of decks make it really challenging to get a Mortar lock. That's for sure. Go for a Miner Tower here. Because he's got so much spam. Alright, good defense though on those. Yeah, I don't know. It's really difficult to get a Mortar to the tower. Poison, I guess. Yeah, I think we just need to get Miner Chip. That's gonna be the way to go. Valk that. Ice Spirits. Mortar. That Skelly Barrel's gonna be a problem. Was a very good Mortar. This game looks like it's gonna come down to the wire. Mortars in the middle seem to be the wave in this type of matchup. Goblins to keep the Dark Goblin in place. Oh, I think if he rocketed the other lane, maybe he would have won. Wait, I think he would have. He would have won if he rocketed the other lane, I think. Oh no, he barely would have lost still. But dang, that was a close one. Yeah, like I said, that really did come down to the wire. We got Mortar in our starting hand, Goblins, Ice Spirits, Queen. He's gonna go Archers. Go ahead and split Goblins. Goes Log, okay. Guess I'll Ice Spirit. You kind of want to be careful what you cycle, especially against Expo when you're running Mortar. Because single Elixir is the hardest. I think it gets easier as the match progresses. He might be using Mortar Cycle, though, with Tornado Rocket. It's kind of hard to say. Oh, he's got Minion Horde. I have no idea what this guy's using. We'll just poison that, I guess. Oh, he's probably running the Mortar Flying Machine deck, now that I think about it. So this should be a pretty solid matchup. Oh, I don't know what he's using. I'm going to do this Mortar like this. It's kind of interesting because like it targets the pump and afterwards will go on the tower. I think it's a pretty good placement whenever someone goes Collector. And as you can see, we do get 2 shots on top of the Collector as a result. So definitely a valuable Mortar because it's only 4 Elixir. The pump is... Ooh, he's got Golem. Okay, yeah, this is a very weird deck. We'll go Valkyrie, I guess, to prepare our defense. And then we probably need a Mortar for sure defensively. Okay, he's got a Night Witch. Yeah, this is going to be a little annoying for sure. Oh, the Ice Spirit hit all of the minions. That was clutch. That was really clutch that I didn't have to go for my Queen on them. That Ice Spirit kind of saved us. But, oh my gosh, this guy's deck is so weird. He's got Golem Miner, Minion Horde, Pump. Such an expensive deck. It's bizarre. We'll go Mortar here. Okay, he just goes Golem. So we'll go Log on the Golem. Miner the Archers. And I guess we'll poison that. This guy's deck is wild. Valk. We do get that down in time. One of the minions is on the tower, though, I think. Ugh, it ain't looking good. I guess we're gonna have to play some more defense now. I always seem to struggle a bit against Golem when I'm running this deck. I think it's just because you lack DPS against the Golem, I will say. See if we can somehow turn things around, though. Poison on top of this. I'm gonna go Mortar, try to get a counter push going. I got the Golem down again, though. Guess we'll go for the ability. I think this is it. He probably just has to... We do catch that, though, but I don't think we're defending this. Man, the Golems just keep coming. It's a match you gotta win in single, I think. It's just inevitable at this point, sadly. He'll probably go Miner in the front this time to be unpredictable. Oh, but he went Log to predict. Yeah, that's it. No. No. And he even went for the Collector. No. No.